Okay, folks. So I guess I had to go back to the just to the YouTube site directly. StreamYard clearly has failed me. Um, I will make a point of jumping into the other live stream and see if we can. Let me see if I can get you guys a link. So hey, here for round two. Awesome. So yeah, unfortunately, everything just died. So, yeah, I must have upset the Russians or the Chinese. Somebody got offended. Um, awesome. Yeah, I went straight. I didn't go through StreamYard. Hey, Sway, what's going on? So, well, folks, this you can see there's a lot of chaos. Uh, I made some videos yesterday and today earlier regarding you know plans to travel, things you should bring with you. It's funny, most people kind of got where I was going on the various platforms. Um, but there were some people who just they don't see the big picture, right? They were like, oh, they don't like Trump or they don't like Biden or whatever. And usually it's they don't like Trump, which is fine. You don't have to like the man, but they they go on these rants in the comments and they make conjectures and it's like, guys, I didn't say anything about liking or not liking a president. You need to have certain things in your car. And I love you get these, and the anonymous accounts, and they're like, "Oh, you're paranoid. You guys are scared." Well, look at the video, the images I showed earlier from San Antonio from the flooding, right? Imagine if your bridge had washed out. I've heard that the internet is down on TikTok, Chachi. Really? Oh, that's interesting. And well, think about it. Is It's interesting because right now Iran, and if you haven't seen, I think it was Prepper Now just threw a video out earlier. I think it was Prepper Now. If it wasn't Prepper Now, I know the Angry Prepper has also mentioned it. Um, Iran and Israel seem to be escalating with each other. And unfortunately, if you've read the book 1984, they say war is peace. The best way to keep a community or a country calm is to have them having a war with someone else. Um, no, yeah, it's cyber attacks today. So that's scary. See, so again, if we get into something kinetic with Iran, hypothetically, that could drag in Russia, it could drag in China. It could, if Israel and Iran go at it, it could drag us in, drag NATO. We've already got a hot war. It's not even like a hot spot or a conflict. They're Ukraine and Russia are at war. They're just at a full blown war, and nobody wants to say it in the media, but it's what it is. Um, you would get we could easily get dragged into other stuff if people are thinking that out of the 20 million, okay, so 20 million, let's do some calculator fun here. So 20, so you get 20 million. Wow, that's blindingly small. I really need to not use the scientific calculator. Uh, what the hell did I just do here? Well, that's neat. So if you have 20 million people, hell, let's have some fun. Let's say we don't have 20 million people. Let's say we just have let's just have 5 million people. 5 million, oh, 5 million people, right? Let's take times 0.001%. 0.001%. 1/100th of a percent. That's assuming 5 million people. Now, if it was 20 million, you could take that number, multiply by 4. So if 1/100th of the people who've come into this country were not not only bad players, but were terrorists or operatives of some type, that would be 5,000. It's just statistics. It's just numbers. Um, this is why we need to, you know, go find these people who have records or affiliated with foreign countries, foreign governments that may do ill. Uh, am I buffering again? Oh, you're right. No, you're right. Gene, thank you. It's 1/1000th of a point oh one would be a hundredth. Thank you. Yeah, the engineer I'm mathing today. Uh, it's been the whole week has been like this. The whole week. But yeah, so 1/1000th of 5 million, which is a quarter of what they think came in, would be 5,000 people. And think about 9/11. 9/11 is executed with what? 15 guys in the air and maybe another 15 on the ground, giving them money, apartments, signing their leases. Um, that's scary. It's horrifying. Um, Now, do I like seeing Marines and National Guard on the street to control rioters? No, who the hell does? But I think Gavin Newsom really screwed the pooch. But and regardless of what I think of him, he, you know, when you look at there's actually a document and you can find it online. It's an older manual, the Army's riot control process, and it goes through how riots are formed, how they gain momentum, how to diffuse the momentum, how to engage the riot once it's already going. And this was meant for guardsmen and army who may have to go into this kind of situation. And one of the overlying aspects is a very quick presence by local law enforcement to clear out areas and to remove leaders and arrest them. It changes the dynamic of what's going on. And that's what you saw in Austin last night when the people were told to clear out. They hey coffee, hey blue butterfly. When the people were told to clear the street and about 100 did not, and the police, and you saw the response in the video, the first half of the video, the police immediately went in, deployed smoke, tear gas, flashbangs, and they started grabbing anyone who was looked like they were trying to gain some kind of momentum back against the law enforcement, and they diffused it within an hour. The streets were quiet. There were some protesters on the sidewalk taking pictures. They were holding signs, interviewing, doing live streams, but they were not in the road throwing rocks. um, but yeah, so 4 police officers in Austin are in the hospital now, 3 of which were hit with bricks or rocks or chunks of concrete, whatever they could throw. I don't know how many officers in LA are were injured. I'm sure it's a bunch. And in New York City, they started protesting. It broke into a fight, and NYPD got let cut loose, and NYPD was all over them. Um, there were even the white shirts. The captains were out there with the officers, and they were grabbing people and cuffing them. So they're trying to, yeah, Ordo Cayo, yeah, rage. That's a really good phrase. Yeah, nobody likes it, but these are the kind of things. So let's say you prep for more mundane things. Let's say you prep for flooding, hurricanes, tornadoes, car breakdown in the middle of nowhere, right? What would you typically have, right? Aside from your car jack, spare tire, you might have water, food, rain gear, change of shoes, maybe like overalls. Some people actually keep overalls like the ones you wear at the mechanic shop so they could work on their car, they could put it over their street clothes. Um, those same things, if it's dusty outside, like here we get a lot of windstorms in West Texas, you get a lot of dirt in the air. The 3M masks, like you use for sheetrocking, safety glasses, all those things can also be used if you get stuck in a riot, if you have to leave your car in a flood. So when you prep for the stuff that's day to day, the 80, 90% real stuff, you're indirectly prepping for stuff like this. Now, there's some things I would want in addition for, say, getting caught in a riot that probably would not be as applicable to like a flood, but the basics are the same. So when you try and plan out your trips, you try and prep your vehicle, save your money, save your time, and kind of think to yourself what usually happens to people on the road. And then, hey, dose some yeah, be careful out there. Um, Ask yourself, okay, what would normally happen? I can break down in the middle of nowhere. I could get in a car wreck. I could get flooded in, snowed in, bad storm, and I have to take shelter in an old warehouse or something. Right. What would you want to have with you? And more than likely, most of that will also apply to the more serious stuff. I've seen content creators, especially this one guy from Canada who shall remain nameless. And oh my lord, that man, y'all, you need to see the stuff he posts about other preppers, about Americans, about other Canadians. Um, that does not impress me. And there's a lot of fear mongering, but it's also shit talking, and that doesn't help the community. I never understood quite why Angry and a few others did not agree with the prepper up north. Um, but now, I kind of get it. Seeing some of his posts on X is just ugly. I saw about the India plane crash. I did not realize it was sabotage. Um, a few of us were looking at the video, and one of the guys is a pilot, and he thought when that India jet was taking off, the pilot pulled the flaps or had the flaps in the wrong position and didn't accelerate enough to take off. If it was, oh Lord, if it was, oh yeah, he does remind me of a used car salesman. Uh, who thinks a lot about himself, if you didn't notice. But God, if that was sabotage, that would be terrible. And that's something you can't prep for, guys. That's just be right with the Lord at that point. Um, Sadly, but prep for the things that are real every day, and you're indirectly going to prepare for stuff that's not as common, like a riot or a tornado, but can happen to all of us. I really think as a community, we need to start thinking smarter. Uh, as preppers, we need to not react. Granted, we like to be ahead of the curve, but now we're really going to have to put our thinking caps on. Inflation's going down a little. That's good. The consumer price index kind of flat. Um, some of the pricing, the supply chain stuff is getting worked through the system, but I don't know about you. I don't have, I have a good job. It takes care of me, but I don't have tens of thousands of dollars to spend on anything. I'm sure many of you don't. Now's a good time to now's a good time to start thinking through, what do I get next? So don't just prep ahead of time for emergencies, but budget ahead of time for your preps. If you need that generator, if you want to add the rain gear, find out how much it costs, how much can you set aside each month, and then work with that. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint, and it's all about keeping life on even keel while you're getting ready for the things that could happen. Um, Look at heat safety. I don't know. I couldn't see that. Need more water and a medical kit IFAC. Yeah, absolutely. That's I need to reorganize what I have in my truck. I realized I actually have two first aid kits in the truck. Which that's great, but is it necessary? And can I put another first aid kit somewhere else? And apparently the Amazon truck drove by. You heard them? They're like, "There's a truck." They have been nonstop. The dogs have been in dog jail multiple times today while I was trying to work out of the house. Uh, Rage, man, that's heartbreaking. If that was, it would be bad enough. Hey, Southern Tier, it would be bad enough if it was an accident. If that was an act, a deliberate act, regardless if it was suicide, sabotage, or terrorism, uh, that's heartbreaking. Um, yeah, that's just makes you not want to fly. It's honestly, it doesn't. It makes you just want to stay at home and drink beer. Um, but folks, look, this weekend, I know we've got a protest scheduled in my town. The last time we had one was in 2020 or 2021. The sheriff himself showed up on horseback, the old man, on a horse, a big horse, along with four other senior deputies or the sergeants and the captain. And then they were out. Nobody got ugly. The teenagers got angry at each other, and they started throwing Whataburger and Burger King ketchup packets at each other, and the cops just ran everyone off, just like, "Be gone." Um, but if you're going through a city and they have, Houston, Denver, LA for sure, wherever it is you may be going, or if you have to go there, you may want to plan multiple routes around the city and through the city. I'd also recommend if you're going, say you're going to go to Dallas. I don't know. I'm just picking Dallas because it's there. Um, Print out a hard copy map or buy a map of Dallas at the truck stop so that you can look at the general layout of the city, especially if you're not familiar with it. Uh, because different cities, you look at Pittsburgh, it has two rivers meeting, or the river splits, better said, around the city. Well, if you don't know that, you just go like, "Oh, I'm going to Pittsburgh." Well, if you have big bodies of water, it kind of limits how many paths you have in and out, how many tunnels, how many bridges. Those are going to be bottlenecks. So having a map kind of gives you an idea. Okay, well, what are my options? And what are my alternates? And a lot of it's going to be planning for the next, couple of weekends while this anger or stupidity kind of goes through the system. Maybe plan a range day. Doubtful they will be there. No, I might be at the range tomorrow. Depending how work goes, I might just take my cell phone and my laptop and go hide somewhere in the boonies and go shoot pellets. I went to the 22 range the other day, and that was fun with all the little targets. Um, and of course, I forgot my camera mount, so I couldn't video shooting the super chicken. Now there's super pig. There's a big metal pig you can shoot. But I'm happy law enforcement where I am take no shit. They represent the people, and we don't need that crap here. No, and Billy, a lot of places you won't see it. You're going to see it in the cities, and it's going to be different, right? Houston and Dallas and Austin are going to be much different than Denver, right? As far as how they respond, how quickly they respond, how how aggressively the cops respond to a protest. Um, I also think a lot of the agitators are not from the area they're in. Because I don't know a lot of people who live in Austin, for example, and Austin's kind of a blue city, who live in Austin would want to trash their own town. I honestly believe a lot of the people who start the stupid are either parts of gangs, deranged criminals in general, or they're agitators. They're going there to rile everyone else up to get them to destroy stuff. One thing I did see, I went to the No Kings website and they're telling people bring an American flag so if the police come after you, it'll look like they're coming after patriotic Americans. So they're trying to play the hearts and minds game as well. What you want to do is make sure you're not part of that. Now, I might actually go downtown and see what they're doing, but there's a farmer's market. There are actually two farmers markets, a farmer's market and a pop-up market. I'd rather go there, honestly, because I'm pretty sure Antifa's not going to show up and like knock over the farm fresh eggs. Like, no, they're more interested in causing a scene on the internet. Um, So just choose somewhere else to be. Now I will give you, let me see if I can find the website so I can share it with all of you. No Kings protest location. That does not help. Bear with me, my friends, while I look for. Okay, hmm, it's under mobilize. They've got oops, hold on a second here. No Kings .org, I guess. I don't remember what it was. I found it earlier. Oh, yep, nope, that's it. So I'm gonna throw it in the chat for y'all, just so you can inform yourself. Hey, True American Loretta, it's always good to see you. Thanks for joining us. So that's the website. So if you have any attend, now, unfortunately, I can't share the map. So what I can't show it on my screen. So I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. And oops, not like that. I'm not. All right. So no kings. It's nokings.org. No kings. There we go. So let's do attend. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's what the map looks like right now. So, for example, let's just pick. Like that's up, I believe that's right outside of Detroit. I can't see what the hell I'm doing here, y'all. Sucks getting old. Uh, nope, my bad. It's not. Anyway, that's by the up Michigan, Wisconsin area. So you can actually look and see what's in your area and kind of make a decision how you want to go about. They're having one in Roswell, New Mexico. So what happens if the aliens show up? Do like I should RSVP for my town and put fake names like John Chupacabra or something and see if they catch up with it. Pretty much, I'm not expecting much in my town, but you can go to that website and see what's near you. So I'll post it in there again for those of you arriving a little bit later. Um, oops, and there we go. So there we go. If you want to check, hey, hey Neil, hey, wait, who else was in here? I just saw Chance, Gnostic, EMT, anyone I missed in there. Um, Go look and go see, is it near you? And do you have to be in that area? Because if you don't, it's a non issue. Don't go. Stay home. Stay local. That's probably what we're going to do. There are other places for me to go besides seeing a bunch of knuckleheads downtown. This is not an area that's going to be very tolerant to rioting. Actually, it would end very badly for the rioters. But not every place is like that, folks. So, folks, prepare Harry balls. That one's good, EMT. Just be smart, plan your trips, and if you don't have to be in the middle of nonsense, don't be. Right? You win 100% of the fight, or you survive 100% of the fights you never got into. So don't look for trouble. If you're going to go and take video or pictures or something, because more like a journalistic fever struck you, that's different. Then you need to prepare as if you're going to a riot, even if it's not. But folks, plan your trips, check your vehicles, fill up your tanks tomorrow, and just go about your lives and go do something that doesn't involve dealing with these meatheads. But anyway, folks, I'm going to leave you with that. Vision is supposed to come on in about 30 minutes, I think. So, yeah, Loretta says she has a T-ball game. So, yeah, just, you know what? If everyone's downtown, that's a great time for me to go to the farmer's market because I can go there and there won't be people there, and maybe I can get what I need because I like to buy fresh eggs and bacon and all sorts of other stuff there. Go support your local farmers market and let the idiots fight with the cops, and see how that works for them. You guys be good, be safe. Vision on tonight, 8 p.m. Standard. Sorry, East Coast time. Thank you, Teresa. And be careful out there, folks. Be careful. Be vigilant. Don't panic. Go about your lives. Enjoy the day. And unless it's raining, then just stay at home. And I promise you, when it gets to 105, 115 down here in Texas, nobody's going to protest because nobody's that stupid. Anyway, you guys be good. Be careful out there. We'll see you all later.